introduce our next honoree is my co-chair for this evening, Unyi Agba. Please welcome.
Good job with that. All right, thank you everyone for joining us today. So as you mentioned, my name is Unyi Agba, and I'm a brand manager at Colgate-Palmolive, which makes it so fitting that I'm giving the award to our next honoree, because I am often known as the annoying but very, very necessary client. So I'm very pleased to introduce an incredible friend to girls right now, Emma Cookson, who is the chair of BBH New York. Emma is widely recognized as one of the most prominent female leaders in the advertising industry, with recent honors from both Ad Age and Business Insider. And let me tell you, when it comes to Emma, she makes us all very thankful that shows like Mad Men are largely a work of fiction. You know her firm's work with clients including Sprite, Axe, and those Google commercials that make you cry. I don't know about you, but they definitely bring a tear to my own eye. Emma's connection to girls right now started 2 years ago when she reached out to say that she supported our mission of creating the next generation of creative, powerful young women and wanted to make a donation to help our work. Well, since then, we've learned that she's a long-standing passion. Since then, we've learned that this is a long-standing passion for Emma. Her commitment to cultivating women as creative leaders is impressive. She volunteers her own time with a nonprofit that helps teens and has thrown her talents and time as well as that of her team at BBH, which is pretty incredible, not just to bring yourself, an entire team to mission. So she's generously been helping with our outreach and our social media, and in today's very fast-changing media landscape, that's really invaluable for our organization. So I certainly thank her for that as well. So we are so proud to be honoring a strong, powerful female leader who makes it a priority to help women grow and succeed by bringing their new voices to the industry. And for someone like myself, who is really, I owe my career to women who mentor young women and make sure that we have an opportunity to be at the table, I personally feel very strongly that Emma's the wonderful person to get our first award. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Oh,
there was a photo.
Thank you so much. I will put this down. Having said I'll hold it, I will put it down. Am I? Yes, I'm audible. I feel a slight irony, actually, standing here being honoured tonight. I'm conscious that here in this company there's so many accomplished and also aspiring writers, novelists, journalists, poets, whose work, whose output we all would so much admire. And I'm standing here, I've made my career in an industry whose output, whose work we all spend most of our time trying to ignore and get away from. I'm well aware that most of us, I include myself, most of the time would like to fast forward through, scroll down past, and generally get away from advertising. But I think one of the things I wanted to say was I feel very conscious, aside from having obviously some conviction that a lot of businesses simply need the power of advertising to be successful. It's quite an important lever and mechanism for many companies. There's a really big divide between that, I think of it as kind of polluting kind of advertising, and what I want to be part of and my company tries to deliver, which is good advertising, sometimes great, which is it gets its point across, but it gets its point across in a way that's that's charming or entertaining or interesting or useful, that's not just annoying. And for someone like me trying to be part of that, all you need, but it's a huge thing you need, is amazing creative people. It's like the difference between the bad and the good is people with a creative ability to tell stories and paint pictures and get things across in a way that is winning and not just irritating. And as a result, I mean, I'm not one of those creative people, but I work for a company whose entire success and fuel is wholly dependent on them. So when I come across girls right now, and its mission to inspire and support and mentor people who can be that in the future, of course it's really hard not to be very impressed and excited, especially because of course it's girls right now, and it's still a kind of well, it's still a truth. It's less so in some places than others, but even in my own company, it's still the case that if you walk into an advertising agency today and you walk into the creative department, you will walk into an environment that is 80 to 90% male. It's still true, and it's extra ironic given that by some estimations, up to 80% of the buying of the products and services we advertise is by women. Like, women still have a hugely disproportionate economic impact for our clients. Uni will tell you certainly the same for Colgate Palmolive. And yet still we're stuck in that situation. So for me, it's not just, of course, this is supporting the future generation of writers, but of course it's young women who may not otherwise go for it, who need that support, who need that help. And so again, the mission of an organisation like this, the work it does is just profoundly important and moving and useful. And I would just say, I suppose, just one final thing on that note, to anyone here today who is mentoring or is a mentee, the one thing I find encouraging on that front is that may have been the truth forever, that 80 to 90% male grouping, but it's never been as lamented or noticed or addressed as it is now. So it's not a solved situation, but I'm quite old. I've been in this business for quite a long time, and I can feel a force for change and a heat and a desire for change and a desire for female talent, female designers, female art directors, female writers, of an acuteness that I haven't felt really before. Literally in the last few years, it's really changing. So, as I say, I hope even in the rest of my career, I'm going to see lots of transition on that side. So, thank you ever so much to all of you for everything you do, and please keep at it. Thank you.